Preparing and one. Good evening, Facebook listeners, radio listeners. This is Trivia from Trivia's Inspirational Radio, and I am so excited. Tonight, we are on our fourth business spotlight of the month, and right now, I have been so excited for what has come to the station, what has been on our live. And tonight we have a special guest. I love what he does. He's very knowledgeable. He's given me some pointers to take away. And whatever he gives you tonight, take it, run with it, learn from it, and then contact him for your next business venture. Mr. Brian Loebig, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Brian Loebig of Loebig Inc. Web Consulting. And if you're watching this on video, you can see that on my shirt. That's how you spell it. It's a German name. It's a German etiology. In Germany, they pronounce that Loebig. But when we Americanized it, when my family came to the United States, so we call my last name Loebig. So it's kind of personally branded after my last name. Loebig Inc. is a small business consulting firm, and I like to say we're fueled by coffee, creativity, and music to provide SEO, web design, and social media solutions. And so with that said, so some people ask, well, what is SEO? That stands for search engine optimization. It's like helping your website get onto page one of Google for those top keywords people are searching for. So for example, a radio station, Baltimore, for example, if you want to be on page one of Google for that, there's a way you can do that. It's kind of a strategy we've developed to have the best chance of ranking on page one of Google by optimizing website and doing some other online marketing kind of things. So my company, in addition to SEO, we also do web design and social media solutions. I also do some keynote speaking, some small business coaching, consulting, do some Google advertising, kind of a full range of internet marketing services. I have a team of about 15 people that work with me to provide all those different services. And we're kind of a digital team. When the pandemic, hit a couple of years ago, it really didn't affect us because everybody on my team, we worked remotely already. And so I have Robin on the team. She's my lead SEO manager. She's based in New Jersey. Then I have Philip Day. He's based in Charlottesville. Angela is all the way on the West Coast in a little town. Well, it's not that little. It's about the size of Bethesda, Maryland. It's called Puyallup, Washington, just south of Tacoma. And then I've got, of course, a couple of my kids are on the team. And I have some offshore kind of developers that I work with as well. Moon is one of those, and just kind of a myriad of other people that help us create those solutions. One of the things that people ask me is, what else do you do besides, business, search engine optimization, those kind of things. And so I actually have a background in working with nonprofits. That was the first half of my life, was working in nonprofit organizations. And so I help sponsor, and I'm on the board of directors for several nonprofits. I have a real affinity for helping people recover from alcohol and drug addiction. I used to be an alcohol and drug counselor myself in my first life. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology from Marquette University. So my first job out of college was working as a drug and alcohol counselor, working with people on probation and parole. And so I've continued to be on the board of directors for a nonprofit in Wisconsin, actually, Kenosha, Wisconsin, and that's called Birds of a Feather. And I run a website called criminalthinking.net. That's kind of like my side hustle, but it's really more like a side passion and a personal mission, is to help people that work with people that are ex-cons or offenders, people on drug and alcohol that have drug and alcohol issues that have also gotten in trouble with the law. I work with offender reentry programs, people coming out of prison and jail. And so that's one of my personal passions. And so that website, criminalthinking.net, that is like free resources and materials for people who work with that population. The concept behind it is if you can change someone's thinking, you can change their behavior and those negative patterns in their life. And so it provides free resources for from a cognitive behavioral therapy point of view to help people really change their lives. The other thing that I have kind of going on is I'm an avid networker. So business networking is kind of a big thing for me. A number of my team members on my Loebig Inc. team are involved in professional networking groups across the country. The world's largest professional networking group is called Business Networking International. It's BNI.com. B as in boy, N as in network, I as in international. And that's it's really one of the network organizations that has made my business what it is. I went from a solo web developer back in 2010 to a 15-person marketing agency today. And most of my business and referrals has come from that professional networking group called BNI. And so that's one of the things I like to kind of promote because I always like to help other businesses, improve their business and their goals. And so that's one of the things I can strongly recommend out of my own personal experience that is a really great opportunity to build your business through referrals, through business partnerships and relationships with other people in the community. I'm actually helping a couple we call these networking group chapters, and I'm helping a couple chapters start up here in Central Maryland. These chapters are all over the world though. There's actually over 10,000 chapters throughout the world. Every major city in the United States has these groups. You can find one close to you on bni.com. I don't get paid for this kind of promotion. I just like to share that knowledge with people because it's such an excellent way to grow your business through the power of business relationships. One of the ways you can connect with me if you're trying to find out more about my business or networking, or if you have an interest in serving people who are coming out of jails and prisons, trying to get them back, positively supported back in society, I'd be happy to connect you with some resources. You can reach me at my website, loebiginc.com. If you're looking at this on the video, you can just follow the spelling there, LOEBIGINK.com. You can also find me on pretty much every social media. I'm out there and available. Twitter, twitter.com/Brian Loebig. The one place you can find me, kind of all my social media everywhere, is on my about.me page. So there's a free website. It's a great little personal branding website for businesses called about.me. And I have a web page on there. It's a single web page, kind of links to all my social media. You can find me on there as well. It's called about.me/Brian Loebig. I think /Loebig. Let me just double check that. I think it's about.me/Brian Loebig. Yeah, BRIAN LOE as in egg, B as in boy, IG. Thank you for the opportunity, Trivia, for giving my spiel and some things my favorite things to talk about.
I love it. Actually, don't have any questions. You gave us everything that we need. For our listeners that's on the radio, for our YouTube video watchers and our Facebook listeners, go back, listen to this again. You're going to want to contact him for your business needs. I'm going to contact him for my business needs, because if you only see my website, yeah, you'll understand it. So until we get together again,